Hey guys, how's it going? As you can see that my friend dressed up quite well for this event. Unfortunately, I had no clean clothes for this event, but it's a very special occasion in my opinion.
And hell, I even pulled out the old shirt that I used to wear during these videos. I also tried to find my hat too, but I couldn't find him.
Brett, this is not about your hat. This is about a movie from my childhood that I just adored.
And a movie that I discovered only recently, but that has managed to crawl its way deep into my heart and firmly implant itself there.
And it's made me humble for this review. What movie could this possibly be to have such an effect on us?
Why, none other than my favorite Hayao Miyazaki movie, Princess Mononoke.
Folks, I covered my eyes at the end of this movie because I couldn't handle its ending. I could end the review right here and be done with it, and that would satisfy me.
But Dan, where is the fun and the passion in that?
But Brett, I honestly think I can't say anything to give this movie justice.
Well, don't you think we owe it? Don't you think we owe it a more in-depth review?
You're right.
When I was a child, I watched this movie and I thought it was great. But what society would call me as a man, or as an adult, at this day and age, this movie is not good, amazing, or spectacular. It is the definition of goddamn perfection.
You know, there are times when I come across a movie that is so good, so imaginative, that pulls me into its story and characters so much that I could imagine myself, I could insert myself into the world, interacting with the characters. And it makes me look on reality and makes me think, wow, that sucks ass. And this is one of those movies. And honestly, where the hell do I even begin? How about the first fucking scene? Right from the start, I was 100% invested. Chills were going down my spine. I was fascinated by the world. The characters engaged me. I was completely and totally engrossed. And that feeling never left during the course of the movie. The animation is gorgeous. The characters are wonderful. The story is epic, emotional, and engrossing. And the best part? It's not a simple good versus evil tale. Everyone in the movie has a sympathetic side to them. Even the closest thing to villains this movie has are doing what they do for very understandable reasons. Lady Eboshi and Irontown, while obviously doing the wrong thing that's even against their best interests, just want to survive and prosper. And Eboshi shields the weak. She may have more selfish reasons for doing so, but hey, she still does it. But you also sympathize with the animal gods because, well, they're being oppressed, and the humans are encroaching on their territory. But the way they handle it can be described as irrational and dumb. They're almost driven purely by savage hatred. And they don't play it smart. And the way they threaten Ashitaka with death all the time, it just shows that the gods are fierce and unforgiving, like nature itself. But the gods also show compassion towards San, who raise her as their own. If this were any other movie, or if this were at least a Western movie, the humans would be pure evil with no redeeming qualities whatsoever, and the animal gods would be pure good. And I'm so glad that this movie doesn't pull that card. Adding sympathetic qualities to both sides makes this conflict so much more interesting and far more profound. Like, I mean, this movie is called the Star Wars of animation, but even fucking Star Wars wasn't as complex as this. I mean, why is no one in the Western world willing to do something nearly as profound or complex as this movie is? I mean, somebody in the Western world has to grow a pair and make something like this. But you know what? They probably aren't going to. Nobody is going to make a movie like this in 100 years, and it pisses me off.
Brett, you need to calm down, bud.
I'm sorry, I'm being irrational.
I understand. I would be too right now, but as you can see, I'm quite humbled by this movie. You're probably wondering, why does this guy not have a smile on his face? He saw a really good movie. Well, the thing is, I am so many emotions right now. It's almost unbearable. And that's kind of the thing about this movie.
This movie is so emotional and has so much passion and heart. It speaks my emotions, my happiness, my sadness, my anger. There's everything I love in a movie, and, well, I'll say this. This movie is what got me to love anime and appreciate the style of animation in Japan. This is just a perfect movie.
Though, if I did have one tiny little problem with the movie, and this is more directed towards the English dub, it's that Claire Danes, who plays Son, doesn't sound quite right in a few lines. But seriously, that's only a very tiny nitpick. Actually, it's so fucking insignificant, I'm not even sure why I brought it up. She does a fine job for the most part, as does the rest of the English voice cast. And the soundtrack? Good fucking god. It is wonderful.
The soundtrack is especially beautiful and... Folks, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. And I can't stress this enough. I can't do this movie justice. I can't.
Actually, you know, I want to say more, but I can't. Like, I have no words. I have no words at all to do this movie justice and to say how much I love it. Like, I have never before, and probably will never again, see a more perfect combination of everything I love about movies, all rolled up into my favorite medium, animation. It's like a dream come true.
My friends, folks, and my paycheck. Hayao Miyazaki is the gift that keeps on giving. And what a great gift he has bestowed upon us.
You know what? I need to... You know what? I'm fucking going to. Back in January, we made a top 5 animated movies list. Well, after this movie, I'm gonna go back and make some adjustments. First off, I'm taking Watership Down off the list, and I'm putting the Plague Dogs in the number 2 spot with The Secret of Nim. And I'm putting Princess Mononoke in the number 1 spot. And while I'm at it, I'm also gonna switch Bambi and Pinocchio's places. A Land Before Time will remain where it is. So there you have it. Princess Mononoke is my number 1 favorite animated movie of all time. And it is well deserved. What about you, Dan? You gonna make any revisions to your list?
My friends, Princess Mononoke is already on our list. But I stand by my previous list as my Western animated movies. Now for my Eastern animated movies, that's a list entirely different.
Indeed, my friend. Indeed. Oh, God. I think I may have found my favorite movie of all time.
Yep.
Like, fuck, how are we gonna top that, man?
I have no fucking clue, dude. What's the next movie on the list?
Oh, let's check. Here. Alright, let's see here.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
If you agree or disagree with this video, be sure to discuss in the comments section, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also be sure to check out my blog at The Critical Canucks at blogspot.ca, and also be sure to follow us on Twitter, Tumblr, and Facebook, all that jazz. Links to all those are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll be seeing you next time. Peace out, everybody.